Hi, my name is Rebecca Kesler. I'm a digital artist studying a Masters in Creative Technology. What I want to show you today is a program which I designed called Compact. It's called Compact because it is designed to compact paper. I was sick of looking at my ugly notice board at university, and I basically was sick to death of putting pieces of paper which usually ended up in the bin on the notice board. So being a digital artist, I thought, why not design an electronic notice board, one which uses a second monitor and the software Compact, which I'm going to run through today, which I designed with the help of Xcode and Interface Builder. So let's open it up. First of all, you will notice Compact's icon in your desktop. You click on this and the Welcome window displays. Simply click on the icon again to open the Welcome tab. The Welcome tab is always here and you can access it at any time without it interfering with your notice board. It pretty much speaks for itself, but I will run through the Welcome slides anyway. So this is Welcome page 1. Welcome to the electronic notice board. This is Compact, the brains behind the brawn, or in chic geek speak, the software. Click page 2 above Welcome to continue. So let's do that. First of all, you probably want to personalise your notice board. Why not add your name, email and telephone number to the top boxes? So I'm going to change the name to Rebecca Kesler, the email to bex.kesler@btinternet.com, and the telephone number to Not On Your Life, as I don't want umpteen calls. Done that? Okay, let's continue to page 3. Next, we are going to customise the design. So there are 4 options: the original design I created, the Paper Aid design created with the help of Suzanne Murphy, the Fibre C design created with the help of Karen Milson, and the Less is More design created with the help of Rachel Owen. What these buttons do is change the whole format of the notice board. Artists supplied some of their artwork and I then manipulated it with their help and permission to include in Compact. The challenge was to keep the artist's originality whilst incorporating it as artworks into the design. All the artists were chosen because of their link in some way to the environment. For example, the Paper Aid logo submitted by Suzanne Murphy logically suggested compacting paper. Karen Milson is a Canadian-based artist who specialises in fibre art, often creating environmental pieces. Rachel Owen is a visual artist whose practice encourages the less is more approach. Let's continue to page 4. You will notice at the top right there is a box with an arrow which says status. This is to let people in the office know where you are if you're not in the office. You can select from the box by clicking on the arrow. So I'm going to change it to coffee break, as I'm obviously on a break if I have time to do this video. You can have other statuses though, e.g. conference call or meeting. Let's continue to page 5. All the information you just added is always visible, so if you're not about but somebody else is, they can contact you. Don't worry, you can still have Compact running on the electronic notice board and take your laptop away with you. Compact just isn't editable by your co-workers in this state. At the moment, Compact doesn't fully have this function. The aim is that all your personal information will be hidden if you want this, but you can still run the electronic notice board whilst you're away. I am still learning how to add the security feature with PIN code lock. Let's continue to page 6. You'll notice near the top there is a series of complicated looking buttons. Welcome page, media, calendar, etc. etc. We are currently on the welcome page. You can tell by the darker colour. We are also on page 6. It is also shaded in. You can switch buttons the same way you switched pages. So it's using a tabular feature. Click page 7 to continue. At the very top there is a menu. There's an apple in the far left corner. The help menu, the far right, tells you everything you need to know about Compact, as well as how to set up the electronic notice board, the brawn, not the brains. This is currently still in a work in progress, so hopefully in the near future the help menu will be up and running. The electronic notice board is all the hardware, the stuff you can touch. Don't worry, you don't need to go searching for this information, as I also included a paper A4 sheet with the instructions for setup of the electronic notice board. But please recycle this after use and help the environment. The whole point of Compact and the electronic notice board is they work together, just like you and me, to save on paper and protect our rainforest. Let's continue to page 8. Everything you add in Compact gets saved when you quit, but I recommend saving regularly using Save in the menu bar at the top. This way your data is not lost. Actually, at the moment, Compact uses a plist system, which means it saves everything individually. I'm looking currently to try and coordinate it so that when you open up Compact, everything is saved all together. One more thing, you'll notice a series of buttons at the bottom. The first one is Hide. This makes Compact hide from view on your computer, but you can make it reappear when you click on the logo in the dock. When you click the Hide button, Compact will automatically switch to your electronic notice board if it is set up correctly. So the idea is it works on a split screen system, so when you hit the Hide, it goes over to the electronic notice board just by moving it over into the other window. Let's continue to page 9. Last thing, the other buttons. Lock will lock your screen so your personal information is hidden from view if you're out of the office. This was as we discussed before. The print button means if you do want a paper form you can have a copy. I try to discourage this as the electronic notice board is about saving the environment. And the sleep button enables you to add screensavers to your notice board whilst you're out of the office, and if you really want to quit Compact, well, hit the Quit Compact button. Let's continue to page 10. Well, that's about it. Remember, any problems, help is at the top. When desperate times call for desperate measures and you're still struggling, please contact me. My contact details are under Contact. If you don't get me, well, one of my happy little elves should be in the office. Thank you for purchasing the electronic notice board, supporting Compact and helping the environment. So let's have a look at some of the other features that the electronic notice board has. In the media section, you can add images and video, simply by clicking a button and opening up your browser. It supports a variety of formats, MOV files, JPEGs, etc. So I'm going to add a picture of my family and a video which happens to be of a dragon. In the calendar section, you can add 3 types of calendar. Your calendar, your family's calendar and co-workers' calendar. And these can be all exported from iCal, which is in your MacBook desktop. Basically, it uses a program called found at www.ical/mac.com. In this program, you can import and allow other people to link into your calendar via password and password protection. You also have in the calendar section clocks, and the clocks section includes all the clocks that are available with any time in any place. And this is linked using www.timeanddate.com/worldclock/. Basically, just say you have a phone call in another country. It might be Canada, for example, or France, and you want to check what time they're on as well as you, so you can coordinate your phone calls at the same time. The electronic notice board basically enables you to do this. The document section of the notice board enables you to add a variety of documents, maybe JPEGs or PDFs or Word documents to the electronic notice board. Currently, it only uses one-page display, and you can display a maximum of 24 documents, but it is hoped these features will change in the future so that you can add more at a touch of a button, and it displays multiple pages as well. The website section enables you to have 24 websites, but eventually we're hoping this will be more, so you can have multiple websites at a touch of a button. They can be on display at the same time, and you're not going searching through your web browser to try and find the information you've already uploaded. It automatically saves the address when you reopen it. In the stickies section, you can add stickies. So you might want to add a meeting at 6 o'clock, which you can't miss, or you might want to add something silly which your child has said. Whatever it is, you can add them into the stickies, and you can personalise the stickies so that they're in different fonts and styles as well. Eventually, it is hoped that you'll be able to have multicoloured stickies or stickies with different shapes. The Stickies also links into the Stickies program, which is included with the Mac OS X system, and this is so that you can add more stickies if 6 is not enough. You can delete stickies one at a time or all together. In the contact section, you can add contacts. You can add their name, their email address and their telephone number. The idea of contacts is not to replace the address book which already exists, but to enable you to have your key contacts at the glance of an eye. So you might have 10 contacts just at a glance. You can open lists already existing, but you can also save lists which you'll create, so you can open them up at another time. You can print these key contacts so you can have a paper copy, though I do discourage this, and you can have fonts, so you can change the font of each of the contacts so it's easier to see and it's more personalised. The to-do section works in a very similar way, but this time you're adding your to-dos. You can open to-dos, save to-dos, print to-dos, add to-dos and change the fonts. The targets is the same. You might have, say, 10 targets you need to meet at the end of the day, or you can write them down in the electronic notice board. It works in a very similar way to the to-do section. The shopping list section is my favourite section, because sometimes when you're at work you suddenly realise, oh, I need milk, oh, I need chocolate. But you can't add these items whilst you're at work. The shopping list enables you to do this very, very quickly. You simply add the item, save the list, or open a previous list and you can locate it. You can print the list off so you've got a paper copy ready for when you go shopping. You can change the fonts and you can order it into alphabetical order. The general section includes 2 features. The paper tray, which is like if you've got an actual paper tray on your desk and it's overflowing, you can change it in your electronic notice board so it's a notice that you remember that it needs changing urgently. So you might change it to urgent and it needs to be dealt with urgently. The View Dashboard button, if you click on it, opens the dashboard which links to Mac OS X. This provides a widget feature where you can actually customise your notice board. So you might want something that checks how many emails you got. So at the moment I've got 1,051. You might want something like a BBC News update if you work in media, or a Macworld News update. You might want a calculator or an alarm clock feature, or you might even want your calendar clocks in a different format. The widget section is about customizing it to your needs. Finally, the business card. The business card is where you can upload your business card to the section, and then once you've done that, you can print it off for other people to have a copy of. Eventually, it is hoped the business card section will be more personalised to the individual user, as well as adding other people's business card back into the electronic notice board, so it's all electronic and there's no paper copies being printed off. But obviously at the moment you can change the font and the design. So that's it. So let's quick compact. So let's click the quick compact button. And are you sure you want to quit? So let's click yes. Well, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this talk and this tour around compact.